Welcome to the Core Finance Show, sponsored by Beaufort Securities. I'm pleased to say that I'm joined by Alessia Rastani from leadingtrader.com. How are you today, Alessia?
Good. Thanks very much for having me.
I take it you were hooked to the markets at 7 o'clock last night when the Fed delivered their warbling.
As a matter of fact, I wasn't expecting anything significant for July because the major decisions seem to be made in the key months of June, September. So I think the next key month when they might actually raise rates again will be September, most likely. So I wasn't expecting anything major. But you actually, before the show started, you thought that was, you said something interesting. You said it was bearish for them not to raise rates.
Well, there's that, but I think there was more the message really from me about the shrinking the balance sheet.
Shrinking the balance sheet.
Which basically takes the bubble out of the assets over the last, the last 10 years nearly. So that's really the thing, whether that will start pressuring the market, because obviously they've been rising as with they're going with the flow of the QE,
right?
And now will they go back down with the puncture? It's like a slow puncture now, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, the interesting thing is that the stock markets, especially the U.S. markets, reacted pretty positively to that. They actually went higher on the news, and obviously we saw a number of currencies go up too. So the euro rallied and the Aussie as well. So that was, I only mentioned the Aussie because I had a trade on that. And so, but I had a trade. Actually, I was stopped out just before it started rallying.
I thought you were going to say you got lucky, but apparently you didn't get lucky. All right, let's have a look at the official headlines of the day. Dovish Fed US dollar continues to slide. So there was that spike. Well, there was a little move, a counter move, and then the spike. So as there are, there's always every proper move. There's always a counter move, isn't there? Just to make sure that anybody who's a bit weak or a bit mean with their stop loss is out.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, USD continues. Here's the thing. I would say this. Look, US dollar continues to slide down lower, but I do think, look, we are coming very close to some support on the US dollar. And we know that the smart money, commercial hedgers, are betting against the euro. So smart money is still betting heavily against the euro, which would be what I would be waiting for, and I would urge everyone to keep an eye on this, is for a bounce, a major reversal on the US dollar is coming soon. I think if you look at the chart of the US dollar, it's coming close now to that support, major key support on that. I forget where that level is. 92, exactly, thank you. So keep an eye on that. I think we are close to a reversal on the dollar and potentially on the euro as well.
Let's go on to the FTSE stock of the day, I believe. AstraZeneca, what could possibly go wrong? Well, their lung cancer drug trial went wrong. For people who were following the company a couple of weeks ago, there was a rumor which was denied that the CEO had got himself a new job at Teva Pharmaceuticals in Israel. But now we see that might have been his plan B, just in case the drug trial didn't go.
Speaking of drugs, I was reading a very interesting article on the BBC website last night. Speaking of the drug made by Pfizer, an antidepressant drug called Zoloft. In this country, it's called Lustral, apparently. And apparently, the article, I recommend you read it. This article says that the mass murderer in America who shot 12 people in the cinema, the Aurora Cinema, when the Batman
was
returns.
on that.
Yeah, and they're saying that antidepressant drug, Zoloft, he started taking that drug 4 months before he actually committed those crimes. And they're saying there's a link potentially between antidepressants, Zoloft, and that's what he did, so which is quite interesting.
Okay, let's go on to the AIM stock to watch, which has been Purple Bricks, online estate agent. Estate agent should work, an estate agent you should work for.
So these are the guys who don't charge commission, right?
I'm not totally familiar with their
well, I've seen the advert or something like that. I'm not sure if it's the same people, but I think I've heard they don't charge commission.
Well, I think the highlight there for me, though, was, and the reason I picked out the stock was really since the start of the year, the shares have gone from £1.50 to 500 pence. Also, the highlight there is that the company is going to try and expand its business into the US, which is, it can be an elephant's graveyard.
So almost a 500% move there.
A very, very strong move. So it shows that that area is not saturated yet. There's still plenty more gas in the tank, let's say. Then on to the pound, up towards the top of its range, near 131.50 at the moment, obviously on dollar weakness, and then the euro slightly drifting against the pound now, 89.16, but still towards the upper end of the spectrum. Wasn't able to crack 90 pence.
I mean, it's astonishing where we are right now, a month after a year after the crash we saw in the pound last year after the Brexit vote. I mean, last year, if I'm not mistaken, the pound was at 125, about 125, and here we are, 131. It's quite I mean, who would have thought?
Let's have a look at the next situation here. Broker recommendations. Credit Suisse singing the praises today of Compass Group, the catering company, which is also trying to, well, it's also actually doing rather well in America. Credit Suisse thinks that it will continue to do so, beating its competitors there. Target £18.70, previous target £17.50. Core number is £1 billion.
So that is that is the number of secret meetings Donald Trump Jr. has had with the Russians. Am I correct?
No, I think you may be out by well, actually only just a few there. Actually, not very much. Just a slight. So I think they've rounded that one up. But
right.
In fact, that refers to the latest write-down at Lloyds Banking Group, where they've got to put aside £1 billion to cover insurance mis-selling and failures over mortgage policies.
Right, okay.
Very naughty indeed. But no wrongdoing, obviously. And then finally, economic calendar, 1:30 today, initial jobless claims in the US and also durable goods numbers. So finally, Alessio, what's your main thing to watch at the moment, let's say, for people who are close to the market?
Main thing to watch, I would say watch the German DAX, watch the German, European market in general, but definitely watch the German DAX. And I think your father is called Mr. DAX, or he loves...
He's Dr. DAX,
Dr.
actually.
DAX.
He's actually medically qualified and everything.
If you follow Elliott waves, to me, it looks like it's forming a C wave, ABC wave, a corrective wave. We're coming down to support, so I would be interested in getting long on the German DAX if we close above 12,500, or if you're a more aggressive person, probably a bit sooner. So watch the DAX. Again, as I mentioned before, I think the euro will come to an inflection point at some point because the smart money is betting against it. So keep an eye on that. And also, I think we mentioned Bitcoin in a separate video as well. So if you want to watch that as well.
No, my father will be very disappointed. He trades the DAX short. So
your father's short on
it? He just trades it. He only knows how to trade it short.
Oh, really? Just short?
Just a short DAX, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully you're wrong on that particular call. But Alessio Rostardi from leadingtrader.com, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.